Well, it looks like everybody is in, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the webinar. So we'll get things started. First, you're going to hear from Justin Monfort, the board president of the WOCC. He's going to be sharing some exciting chamber updates. And then we'll hear from Erin Marino, the director of business development at T-Tech-T. She's going to walk us through some simple, smart ways to boost cybersecurity awareness within your team. So with that, I will hand it over to Justin.
All right. Well, thank you, Lauren, and thank you, Erin. I'm excited to hear from you as well, Erin. So first of all, I want to say thank you to all the incredible businesses and the nonprofits that make up the West Ohio Christian Chamber of Commerce. And as we look at 2025, I think we all could say that it was caught us by surprise, and we faced a lot of challenges. In early 2025, we all lost our dear friend and CEO, Roz, to his battle with cancer. And then most recently, our director of operations, Molly, had transitioned to a new career path. And through that, we've had to learn how to be adaptable, how to have resilience, and that's really defined who we are in this Christian chamber. And today, I have exciting news for you. And I know those are all things that were heavy, and they're hard to process and to work through, but God is faithful. God has been providing. And the first thing I want to share with us is that we have a new director of operations, Angie Cottrell. We're thrilled that she just accepted the job this week. So yay, we have her starting this week. She brings over 30 years of experience in office administration and in marketing. She's just has a huge heart for helping organizations to grow and to connect with their communities. But most importantly, she's all about Jesus, faith, family, and community, which that aligns perfectly with who we are at the West Ohio Christian Chamber. So for all of our current members, when you call or email the chamber, Angie's going to be that friendly face or friendly voice that's going to help you and respond to you. Another thing that we're very excited about is our Growth Zone partnership. So as of November 1st, we officially went live with Growth Zone. So what does that mean for you and I and us as a chamber? Well, the first thing is that it partners us with the U.S. Christian Chamber. This is a fantastic new partnership. This means that any live or virtual events that they host are now available to us and our members. The other really cool feature that I like is that when you log in, you're able to click on the Add Events tab, and any event that you want to host as a business that you want to make available to any other businesses in the chamber or nonprofits, it's super simple. You just click Add Event, put all your information in. Once it's approved, then it'll be posted right to the calendar, and any member can go in, register for that event. So very excited about the ease of use of adding events. And then another really cool feature is member-to-member discounts. So this is one of my favorite things. So as a business or a nonprofit, if there's any kind of special promotion that you would like to do to offer the chamber, you can, again, go in, click on the button of add member-to-member discounts, and you can put in whatever you want, and it'll be a special thing just for those in the chamber. Another feature of Growth Zone is the enhanced directory. It is way more user-friendly. You can search and you can connect much easier through the new directory that's added there. So if you've not added your Growth Zone account, I would ask you to please go check your email and fill out the instructions. It's super simple. If you can't get it, please call our new director of operations, Angie. She'd be happy to help you. And now the last two things I have for you is our Christmas fundraisers coming up. So this is our final gathering of the year, is our Christmas fundraiser. So it'll be a time of reflection, celebrating the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, and celebrating the unity we have as Christian businesses and nonprofits. If you've not received an email or any communication about that, one, we're sorry that you haven't got that, but I think you've received messages in regards to the event. But that's on December 11th. And so you can call, again, Angie. Kind of sounds like she's our go-to person now, but you can call her at the office If you don't have the number, it's just 419-296-3958. Or you can go to the website and you can click on the event, scan the barcode, and you can register that way. But if you do need any clarity, please call us. We'd be happy to help. And then lastly, for 2026, January 20th is going to be our first quarterly gathering, and we are super excited about this event, and I know you're not going to want to miss it, so please put that on your calendar. And just in closing, I just want to thank you for your just continued faith and support and partnership. I know it's been truly an honor to serve you, as your board president, of the West Ohio Christian Chamber of Commerce. And with that, Aaron, I'll hand it over to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin. Thanks for those updates too. It's really exciting to see what the West Ohio Christian Chamber has to offer for our current members, and then also if there's anyone out there that is joining today that has a curiosity and is looking to become a member. Reach out to myself or to Justin. I'm an ambassador with the West Ohio Christian Chamber, and you couldn't have said it better. Just happy to serve you guys, and looking forward to continuing the journey with you. So thanks for being here today. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, Aaron.
And so I'm also just going to cover briefly the truth about how to protect your business. So I know many of you on here today are business owners. And so, it's just really important to me to make sure that we continue to educate our small and medium-sized businesses here just within our local communities. There's, as technology is ever changing, and it's getting more and more fierce out there. These guys, these bad actors and cyber criminals, they are, they're just getting more and more slick. They're able to use things like AI. So it's just going to be more and more important that we stay vigilant. And so today I wanted to talk to you about how we can work together in order to create a human firewall. I'm going to share my screen here, and we can get started. Okay, so if you're like most business owners, you might struggle with budgeting or like the rising costs of the goods and the services today. We all know that things tend to go up in price, and it seems like every single time we go to purchase something or to look for a service that, there's always these price increases. You may feel frustrated if you're like most business owners that I talk to, because you feel like your technology should just work. Like we're in 2025, right? Like it should just work. It should be seamless. Maybe you worry that the rising cost of cybersecurity services are going to outrun your net profit. And you want a proven way to make sure that you have a security system in place 24/7 so that you have peace of mind and you know that everything is just going to work. We work really hard to make sure that our business owners and our clients, every time that they go to start their day, they turn on their lights, it's like getting into a race car, that they go to work and all they have to worry about is what they need to do. They're not constantly trying to firefight the technology issues, or, hey, I'm locked out. I can't get my printer to talk to my device. Or, even up to, which we'll talk about, I think I might have clicked on a bad link. So just want to provide some practical ways that you all can stay top of mind with that. So if you're still not sure and you feel overwhelmed by, the constant changing cybersecurity stress or threats, or you're stressed over the thought of a potential attack, ransomware attack, that word, anytime we hear it, it's like you kind of cringe a little bit because it's very real, although it's one of those things that a lot of people tend to maybe kind of bury their head in the sand because we don't want to believe that it could actually happen to us, and pray that it never does. But the reality is that it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's a matter of when. And so again, just want you to know that there is someone here, there's a company here that's, right here local. We are wanting to educate you and make sure that you are staying vigilant so that you don't have to have those moments where if something bad does happen, you don't know what to do. And so good news is, if any of these things worry you, or if any of these things sound like you're in the right place. So if you guys could imagine, just imagine waving a magic wand, and finally, you're in this place where you have peace of mind, knowing that your business, your clients, your vendors are safe. They're locked and they're loaded, so to speak. You don't have to worry about someone stealing their private information. You don't have to worry about hackers, hiding in your infrastructure somewhere that are just waiting for the right moment to shut down your business. And instead, you now have a proactive security system, again, that protects your business 24/7. And you have a team behind you that is constantly watching to defend, detect, and respond to anything that looks suspicious. Because after I share this information with you, a lot of times we say we don't know what we don't know. And so once we know better, we can do better. And so after this, you are going to have the knowledge to accept the things you cannot change and the courage to change the things that you can. So just very briefly, let me quickly tell you a little bit about myself. Like Lauren said, my name is Erin Marino. I probably know quite a few of you on here today, but for those of you that I have not met yet, I am the director of business development for the company, and I am happily married. And together we have 4 daughters and 1 son. And 3 of our daughters are still at home with us, and they keep us busy with sports and activities. We reside in Wapakoneta, and that is where I'm originally from. I graduated in 2002 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration from UNOH, the University of Northwestern Ohio in Lima. And I love serving our local community. And it's my honor to, be able to sit and talk with small and medium-sized businesses and educate them on all things cybersecurity and IT to make sure that we can at least stop these, quite frankly, these low-life thieves and thugs that are trying to steal our money, our hard-earned money, and our assets. And so tomorrow's technology today, we developed what we call smart services. So just a little quick background. We provide these services it creates like a comprehensive solution. So what we do is we secure your business by monitoring your environments, the heuristics of your networks, your devices. And then we also are your advocate. So we come alongside and we are your advocate for any third-party vendors that you may have. We respond quickly, and then ultimately you're going to see the transformation of your organization. It'll be transformed into an efficient and optimized entity. The reason we developed smart services is because we started realizing that so many business owners make these mistakes unknowingly. They assume that their updates are just automatically happening, but failing to keep your software up to date can actually leave your system exposed to vulnerabilities. We also noticed that many allow weak and reused passwords, which obviously, makes it much easier for cyber criminals to gain access. And they can also sell your information on the dark web. The employees are unaware of cybersecurity threats. We find this can be one of the main threats actually in your business is the lack of equipping your employees with the information they need so that they can slow down whenever they are checking their email or working, sending, private information back and forth. So we also noticed that there was a failure to back up your data. Without regular backups, businesses, you're risking losing critical data to disaster. So if something were to happen, and you're not sure when the last time you backed up your server was, you could be in a really tough situation. And then we have the encryption. That is failure to encrypt or lock down your sensitive data, especially during transmission, can lead to a lot of different data breaches. And then having inadequate network security measures, which will leave your systems open to unauthorized access, not restricting your access to sensitive information, which results in unauthorized data access. So we don't want to do that either. And then this breakthrough, we realized, changed everything because we started to embrace the CIS and the NIST, or the CIS and the NIST, they're commonly called. These are security frameworks. They're the nationally known standards in government and private sectors. So we made all of these services scalable to fit organizations with about 5 computers on up to hundreds. So this allows us the ability to provide 24/7 threat protection without breaking your bank account. And then I want to share with you how you can use our secret sauce, the SMART services, to protect your business. And I want to remind you that this is a two-way street. I can't emphasize enough that management really needs to be a part of this journey and really embrace it. And again, what truly drives me is stopping these low-live thieves from stealing our hard-earned money and assets. Nothing irritates me more when we get a phone call from someone who has had a threat or a breach or a ransomware attack when it easily could have been, avoided. I also, like I said, I love meeting other people, and I love helping these small and medium-sized businesses within our local communities. We have helped people like, and this is just one example, but we have helped people like SI Distributing. They went from inhibited productivity to efficiently running their network. They were having this issue where there was frequent infrastructure issues causing daily work disruption. So everything was running slow, and they were constantly losing time and losing productivity. The employees had to stop. They would have to stop and reboot their systems. And, they were hoping they could fix their problems, but, ultimately it just left everyone very, very frustrated. So what we did is we came in and we took a full network security assessment, and we strategized with our client to prioritize and address the most critical issues first, to make sure that, what was most critical to them was what we were going to go in and get remedied right away for them, kind of get them back on their feet. And really the result, they were exciting. We were able to eliminate downtime for them and the need for frequent reboots. We were able to achieve a reliable, always on network that allowed employees to focus on their responsibilities without any disruption. So they had, enhanced efficiency in production, and which obviously we all know time is money in our business world, right? So they were very, very pleased and continued to be a really nice partner of ours. And that's really what we look to do. We want to come alongside you and be a partner. This is, a direct quote from the president. I don't know if any of you know Dave, but he said, "We definitely recommend tomorrow's technology today because a successful business cannot afford to be down and have employees unable to assist customers in a timely fashion." So, they were a company that embraced protecting their business from within. And this journey has turned this business into a well-oiled machine. And I believe that many business owners face challenges with technology because they rely on others to handle these issues. And, rightfully so. We can't do it all. However, it is crucial for business owners to take ultimate responsibility for cybersecurity and decisions that will enforce policies and training from the top down. And so if this continues, many businesses may experience increased downtime, critical security vulnerabilities, higher costs that are associated with, calling an emergency line, having to pay by the hour, and data recovery. So who's ultimately going to be responsible when a disaster of any kind happens? No matter what the disaster, technology or not, we all know, it's going to fall back onto the owner's shoulders. So let's talk about how to get the right results. Let me ask you, have you ever considered whether your employees are equipped to recognize and avoid potentially harmful links that could compromise your network? John Chambers said it best when he addressed in his company statement with security is everyone's responsibility, but it starts at the top. So since we're talking about security awareness training, I thought it was interesting that according to the 2023, this is the Verizon Data Breach Investigations Report, organizations that conduct regular security awareness training for employees see a 50% reduction in phishing-related breaches. And then in 2024, the report said that the median time for users to fall for phishing emails is less than 60 seconds, underscoring the urgency of training employees to recognize and report phishing attempts. And this is because these guys, they are onto us. They know that over here in America, we are task-oriented. We have that busy mindset. We're always making to-do lists, and we're going from one task to another because we want to get things done. We are highly productive, which is a good thing. But if we don't take time to slow down and educate one another about what we're clicking on, then disaster can happen. So you really want to promote regular security training. And this matters because regular training does keep employees informed about the latest cybersecurity threats that are coming down the line. We see things like phishing scams, malware, social engineering attacks, and these are all things that our security team stays up to date on, and they know what the latest, I guess, tricks are that these guys are going to try to use so that we know to be proactive in that, and then we can help our clients be proactive as well. Employees are often the first line of defense. And it goes back to because the training empowers them to act as a strong human firewall when we can all just slow down and take a few seconds to really check that email, make sure it's a legitimate sender. Think about, okay, I'm about to send this personal information of a vendor or of a client over to someone. Do I trust this person? Do I know that this is who they say they are? Many security breaches do happen, many, due to human error. They click on malicious links, or they use weak passwords, which again is another way that these guys can get into our systems. If you use your password over and over and over, and you go to multiple sites or you're using multiple software apps on a daily basis, it can really set you up to have a target on your back. Many industries do have compliance and legal requirements that they have to adhere to. So ensuring compliance not only avoids legal penalties if something were to happen, but it also demonstrates a commitment to protecting sensitive data. So in the event, heaven forbid, something were to happen, they know that you have done your due diligence and you've been a good protector of what is yours. Regular training is going to foster a culture of security within the organization. So when employees understand the importance of cybersecurity, they're going to be more likely to follow the policies and procedures diligently. And, like I said, the cyber threats, they're constantly evolving. Regular training ensures that employees are equipped with the latest knowledge and skills to proactively defend against new and emerging threats. So you really want to promote regular security training within your organization. How it works is employees become adapted to identifying and reporting suspicious activities, which will reduce the likelihood of cyber attacks. Regular training ensures that employees are aware of and adhere to industry regulations and company policies, and helping the businesses stay compliant and avoid legal issues. The training minimizes common mistakes, like clicking on a phishing link, using weak passwords, which we've talked about. And those are often, exploited by the cybercriminals. And when the employees understand the importance of cybersecurity, they're more likely to take the proactive steps to protect the organization. And then you have this whole culture and atmosphere of everyone having it top of mind and everyone really taking responsibility to sort of think twice. And as you know, the cyber threats, they're evolving rapidly, and regular training keeps employees updated, like I said, on the latest threats and defense. And it ensures that your company can respond if or when needed. And so now that you know that you need to promote regular security training, We do encourage and mandate regular cybersecurity training for all employees. So we want to make sure that your team understands the importance of recognizing phishing attempts, slowing down, not to respond, out of emotion, which we sometimes do. They play on our feelings. And then also just think twice before you open any attachments or click on any links. And as the business owner, obviously, we need to do this also. You need to do this also and take the time to actually walk through the training yourself. And so next, let's discuss, do you feel your business is too small to need cybersecurity policies, or it's only for large enterprises? And some of you may say yes, and some of you on here today may know better. So yeah, think again, how clear cybersecurity policies empower your business to stay ahead of cyber threats. And that's going to help ensure your long-term success. Many small businesses feel that the policies, they're a waste of time. No one reads them. It doesn't even really matter. No one's going to follow them anyways. But again, I come back to the quote from John Chambers that says, security is everyone's responsibility, and it has to start at the top. Cybersecurity policies are not just guidelines. They are the foundation of a secure business environment. That's from the Sonic Wall 2025 Cyber Threat Report. Just thought it was a really good quote. So what we want to do is you want to establish and enforce security policies if you're not already. And what that does is it helps develop comprehensive policies. And this is stuff that we can, anything that I am describing here today is all things that we can help you with if you need help. But the first thing is to identify key areas. So you want to determine the critical areas that need policies. These can be password management, data protection, incident response plans. Perhaps you have employees working from home. You may need a work from home policy. And all of those policies really just protect you. And it also helps make that employee aware of how seriously you're taking security, which means it will fall into them, and they'll start taking it seriously as well. You also want to create clear guidelines. So write a clear and concise policy that outlines the expected behaviors and practices for maintaining cybersecurity. Again, if you need help with that, we help our clients with that all of the time. And you want to involve your stakeholders. You want to engage key stakeholders, including your IT staff and department heads, if you have them, to ensure that the policies are practical and comprehensive. Then you want to communicate them, to the employees and keep them up to date on their training. So you want to provide the regular training sessions to ensure that all employees are understanding the policies you have in place, why you have them in place, and their importance. You want to make sure that your documentation is also accessible. So you want to have them accessible to all employees. You can do that through like an internal portal, or you can have a handbook. And then you also want to set up regular reminders. You want to send periodic reminders and updates to your staff to keep the cybersecurity top of mind for employees. And then you also want to monitor and update your policies. It's just like taking a regular inventory. You want to schedule regular reviews of the policies and make sure, that your employees are remaining active and they are completing their trainings on time. And you can also establish a feedback mechanism. This allows for employees to report issues or suggest improvements to the policies. So we want to always hear from our employees. It's just always a good way to kind of enhance your leadership skills. And then enforcement and accountability. So you want to implement the measures to enforce the policies, such as regular audits, clear consequences for noncompliance, and things of that sort. And establishing and enforcing security policies, why it matters is because, of all of these things here, it protects the sensitive data. It helps put a safeguard there over your clients' information, over your employees' information, their financial records, intellectual property, credit card information, if you're storing that, bank information, social security numbers, anything like that could be a target for a data breach. And then by preventing cyber attacks and minimizing your disruptions, security policies ensure that business operations are going to run smoothly. So this continuity is essential for maintaining productivity and revenue. And then many industries have strict cybersecurity regulations, and you do want to adhere to these security policies. It helps businesses stay compliant and avoid legal penalties or reputational damage should something happen. And if you're not sure if you fall under those compliance policies, that is also something that we can help answer for you. And cyber attacks can lead to, as you know, we've read about them all, but they can lead to significant financial losses due to downtime, data recovery, and reputational damage. You would be surprised how many small and medium-sized businesses are actually hit with ransomware that we don't hear about because only the big guys make the news. But you would be really, really surprised at how often the small guys, the small and medium sized businesses are getting attacked. And this is because the larger companies, they typically have more robust security layers in place. And so they know that, the bad guys, they know that, these hackers over in China and Russia and, Iran, wherever they're coming from, they are onto us. And so they know that the engine of America are the small and medium-sized businesses. So we have a big target on our back because they know likely we aren't going to be covered at all, or if we are, they have a way around it. So we would just want to make sure that everything is locked and loaded to protect your business. Kind of got a little off topic there, sorry, but you also want to establish and enforce security policies which foster a sense of security within the organization. And so when employees understand and prioritize cybersecurity, they contribute to a safer and more resilient business environment. And to make establishing, enforcing security policies work effectively in your organization, you can follow as a business owner these practical steps. First of all, just the leadership commitment. Business owners, again, and top management should demonstrate a strong commitment to cybersecurity and adhere to the policies themselves. You want to clearly communicate the importance of cybersecurity to all employees, emphasize that it's a priority for your organization. And then you want to develop your comprehensive policies, determine the critical areas that need policies, such as password management, your data protection, incident response plans. And you want to make sure that they're clear and concise, that outline the behaviors that are expected from your employees for maintaining that cybersecurity health score. Again, engage your stakeholders. And then you want to make sure that everything is being monitored. And so far, we've covered 2 tactics for your organization: promoting regular security training and then establishing and adhering to those policies, right? So these are just 2 really easy steps that you can do to protect your organization from within. They're tactics that can't be delegated to the technology department. So you have to have an accountability mechanism in place. Just like we hold our salespeople accountable for their numbers, we need to hold our businesses accountable to these tactics. And you have to inspect what you expect. So this is how you engage the cyber hygiene that you need for your business to survive. And I do want you to understand this. You can protect your organization from within. And to get you started, we can offer you a complimentary baseline employee cybersecurity assessment, or BECA for short. You can't finish the line if you don't know where you're starting, right? So this is why it's important to have a baseline employee cybersecurity assessment. So this tool, what it will do is it will evaluate the current level of cybersecurity knowledge and practices among your employees. It's going to identify the strengths and the areas for improvement, and also help tailor the training programs effectively for those needs. And then by understanding the existing capabilities, businesses can develop targeted strategies to enhance overall security awareness and preparedness. And so BECA is perfect for you if you're ready to start on your journey of being cyber smart. If you want to know where the start line is, you're like, I don't even know where to start, we can help you with that. I can help kind of show you where that starting point is, and also kind of show you where we want to get you to and where we want to grow you to. It's important also that you raise your cybersecurity IQ. And so if that's something that you're interested in, this would be a right fit for you. And if you want to protect what matters the most, which is our largest asset, right? It's our business and our hard-earned money. And so on the call, I'll discuss your current tactics, kind of what you're doing now, if anything, and then I'll give you a custom plan for the next steps. We do this in 3 easy steps. Everybody's journey will be different, so I can't just say it's a cookie cutter process. You know, every business operates in a different way. You all have different levels of employees and employee engagements on your devices every day. So that's why everything is customized. So the first step to do is to book a discovery call. You can do that on that website there, or you can get in touch with me. Step 2, you're just going to join our session. So we'll join our session, or a lot of you are close, so I can come meet with you face to face. We'll review the dark web scan. I'll discuss the current tactics that you have in place, and then determine if it makes sense for you to implement these policies and the education training. And then, yeah, so just to let you know, this is a value of $495. But we will gift it to you, just a free complimentary cybersecurity assessment for your employees, just for watching this training. So all you have to do is just mention that you watched it and that's what you want to talk about. And we're happy to offer that to you. And then just to make sure you are aware as well, this is perfect for companies with a business class email. And if you have 5 or more email addresses, or if you have employees that are outside of the family. So the next thing you can do, again, it's a no obligation meeting, but if you're interested, book the discovery call. We'll meet after the assessment is performed, go over the findings. I'll present an action plan, and it's really that simple. This is stuff that we do every single day. It's not out of our wheelhouse. So if you're looking for someone, just know that we are here to help, and we can answer any question you have as well. Anything IT or cybersecurity, we are here to help, and we do that for free. So I want to thank you guys for attending today. And that is all I have, Lauren and Justin. So thank you guys for your time. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you guys for speaking, and thank you everyone for coming.
All right.
Yeah. Oh,
Justin,
sorry.
did you?
Yep. Just want to say thank you.
Okay.
All right. Yes. So if anyone has any questions about the West Ohio Christian Chamber or tomorrow's technology today, or IT and cybersecurity health, you reach out to myself or Justin. We're happy to serve you all. So thank you, everybody.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.